Okay. Okay, we are live. Welcome to Divination Night. This is February 24th, and tonight's guest is Dawn from Soul Rising Studios. Welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Hi.
So I am going to share this real quick, and then we'll get started. Many people, because it just now was the notification, so.
You can't log in on Iron. Just flip the latch on it.
Okay. All right. So anybody that is just joining us, how we do this is you comment if you'd like a reading, and we draw. Everything is at random, is literally divination for divination. Hello, everybody. Can you see the comments as they're coming in?
Let me switch over to it. Yep.
Okay. Okay, good. Good evening. Good evening. All right, so while we're waiting for people to get in here, we'll talk about you again a little bit when we take a little break. But introduce yourself. Tell them about you.
My name is Dawn. I work with a massage therapist, and I practice Reiki, and I also do readings and make jewelry. And everything I do, I try and view with good intentions and healing and positive things, which probably sounds trite, but that's just what I do. So, and it's really great to get to talk to you all and maybe try and help some of you out.
We are excited. So shows that we have about 7 people in here now. So if you would like a reading, then just comment reading, and I will get you. I keep a list. So as you comment that you want a reading, I start the list, and we draw for each person. So they're letting us know that there's a little bit of a lag, so we know to expect that. I mean, so we do have, what are we doing tonight? Pendulum, Oracle.
I only use one Oracle deck, and I always use it in relation to my tarot, unless I'm reading from my Mother Peace deck. So.
Okay, the first person that we'll be reading for is Kimberly. And that's me. It's actually a healing card. It's the healing, so it's letting you know what you need to be focusing on for your healing. Brenda is up next. If you'd like to get her. So I'll get you started, okay? Brenda is, oh shoot. I'm trying to find one of yours. I know I'm cheating a little bit here. Okay, the Decadent Moon Tarot for Brenda.
Alrighty.
Okay, so Kimberly, the collective wants you to focus on self-care. The first card we have is sexuality. So it's focusing on you. Beauty, remember to take care of yourself and let go of the past. So that is your healing message. Focus on you. Have a little bit of fun. Enjoy yourself. Okay. All right. Ready for Brenda. What you got for her?
Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. And it seems like you, Brenda, have been in the position where you're kind of in charge of everything and you don't necessarily like making these decisions, but you do them. And I mean, generally it's like a fast thing, um, or sooner. I just realized I'm not used to actively talking to the person I'm reading for.
And here I've left you all alone.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. So,
I just
George, what am I doing?
I just abandoned you. Yeah, just giving them a reading. You can do one card, you can do your whatever you need to do.
I wasn't sure that's what. All right. So, do one, which we had the Queen of Swords, but now that I have a better idea of how to focus.
However it feels right for you to do it.
We have the Queen of Swords along with the Lady's Mantle and Magic. So, whatever it is that you're thinking on, it's a decision for you and you alone. And when it comes to the magic in our lives, um, sometimes magic is also faith, and whatever it is, you just have to have faith in doing. But even if it's not your favorite decision, so
There you go. Way to go, Brenda. Okay. All right. So I hope I don't mess up her name too bad.
It's
Allie.
Allie.
Oh, you know. Okay. Good. Okay. You know who it is.
Yeah.
All right. So then we got the Mother Peace Round Tarot.
Okay.
I do have Flora up next, and Sherry, I can put you down. Yes, ma'am, Miss Sherry. Okay.
So for Allie, I have the Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So where you are and where you have been.
I see she froze for a moment. Well, we all know how we had some technical difficulties last week, and it looks like we're going to have a few this week. But it's okay. We'll get it figured out. Don't worry. All right. So adding David and Doris for readings. While we're waiting on her to come back. Okay. And maybe she'll get that sorted out. Yeah. And she's restarting. Okay. So just bear with us. It's okay. All right, Mindy, I put you on the list. Now, it's like a 50-50 chance of whether you're going to get a reading for her or for me. It's whatever it says. Welcome back, darling.
Well, anyway.
Technology, gotta love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So for Allie, I have where you have been and where you are. And it's the Five of Swords. Or, sorry, Eight of Swords. and the Five of Cups. And where you are now, you're still figuring out your balance and emotions. You're still shuffling stuff around, but it's still better than where you were, which is kind of feeling trapped and locked in a corner, and everyone watching but not really getting you, and just not being very willing to comment. Like there's little crows up here, and they just, I don't know, you're getting it under control.
Okay, sounds good. That is an interesting deck. I have never seen a round deck before.
I love my round decks. My very first working deck that I worked with was the Daughters of the Moon. It's the same illustrator group. It's an all women collaborative, and I love them for intuitive reading. There's always these little details that pop out to me, and this deck is smaller than Daughters of the Moon, but they're really easy for people to shuffle if you need someone to shuffle. So, because this is a good deck for little hands.
Oh, okay. Well, we had some comments on them too, so I wasn't the only one that noticed. They're cool. They're cool.
And yeah, Daughter of the Moon is a really great deck. I actually gifted the deck to this little girl who was coming into Earth Magic. She seemed ready for her own deck, and she couldn't figure it out. And it's well, this is a really good deck to learn with. It'll walk you through.
That's awesome. So you've been doing, how long have you been doing readings at Earth Magic? Here, put you on the spot there.
Off and on for 2 or 3 years.
I was gonna say they've been open at least 3.
No, it's 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least 3, but I knew it had to be more than that.
I actually saw on my memories that popped up that day before yesterday was my first time hearing about it and going. 4 years ago.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. All right. So we got quite a list here ready. So, all right, full speed ahead. Okay. So this is for Flora. Flora, the Crystal Inspiration. That's me. And if y'all know, I pretty much have the same cards here. I'm learning new decks, so I'll be adding them to the collection here. But I have a whole table. Hold on. A whole table. I just like the variety. Mm-hmm. Oh, Witch's Runes, the Yes/No Stones, Pendulum. All right, so Flora. Oh, well, this is good. Okay, good cards. Okay, so the first one is Clear Quartz. It's get crystal clear. So make sure you know what you want and you have clear intentions set in your head. The next one is Phantom Quartz. Embrace change. So change is coming. And it's really, really good. And your last card is Pyrite. Let the money flow in. So good things are coming, change is coming. Be prepared for it. Make sure that your intentions are crystal clear. There you go. All right. All right, next up is Miss Sherry. Okay, let me see here. Tarot dice. I did smudge all of this stuff before. I always do. Even our list, I smudge them. I'm just going to pull one tarot dice because I'm still learning. Seven of Pentacles. That means it is your harvest time. You've got good things going on, and your future is looking good. So embrace those changes. You got good things coming. Okay. So for David, your Ethereal Visions Tarot. Ethereal.
Well. Where you've been. So where you've been, it's the Tower. Where you are, oops, wrong camera. Six of Pentacles. And what to look out for, the Five of Swords. So, of course, we all know the Tower is about all those changes that you couldn't help. And from there, where you are now, with the Six of Pentacles, you know, you're at a time where you have the ability to help others. So that's probably a good route to take. Like, even though you've had everything kind of fall apart, like, you are in a position to help others. And with your Five of Swords, you know, don't take for granted where you are right now, or you might end up on your own thinking about what you could have done.
Okay. All right. Well, you're welcome, ladies. I hope that we've helped. Okay, so up next is Doris. Okay. Illuminated deck, new?
Oh.
Your illuminated deck?
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing still. I guess I... Alrighty. You've had the Two of Swords. So, trying to find balance in your decisions. With the Three of Wands, which is moving forward, and you've left like it's time to go forward at this point. And you're still in the wandiness with the Six of Wands. And as you can see, this fellow is looking pretty chipper and cheery. He's in just a better place. So maybe stop with the indecision and get a wiggle on and just find your way forward with whatever it is that you've been questioning. So it looks like it'll work out for you.
Wonderful. Okay. All right. So next, up next is Mindy. Colin, you're up next, and you give your lovely wife a big hello from us, and we hope that she's feeling better. Okay. So your charite and amethyst pendulum.
So, is there anything specific they're looking for? Because I do the pendulum readings a little bit different.
Yeah. Okay, Mindy, if you have a question, we understand there's a little bit of a lag, so it's okay. But if you have a question, that would greatly help.
I can just pick a topic and go with it.
Okay.
All right. Let's go with analysis for success.
So, do you have like little like pendulum charts? Can I see what? Can I see one?
Actually, I was about to flip the camera.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Ma'am.
See, this is mine. This is mine. I was going to attempt to use tonight.
So,
What's yours look like?
can you see this?
That's interesting.
So each spot's like it. The way it works is interesting. I don't know. It works. Anyway,
Okay. She says, "Will I be successful in my business?"
For success.
Oh, wonderful! See, intuition.
And this is my pendulum I'm using.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Thanks, I made it.
See, look at how talented you are.
Actually, I have another pendulum I'm using tonight that Jason Rule made for me.
Well, if nobody calls for it, I still want to see it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see
There you
how it's going here.
Okay.
And your factors for success appear to be heading for the possibilities. So, because you read from the center out, and it looks like you should ask people for assistance, though, because it's showing that it like you have good possibilities, but it's also heading like, ask people around you for assistance, like even if it's just ideas and things. And from starting my own business, like it's amazing just like how we don't think about how often we forget that people want to help us, especially when we like to help others. So just remember, it's a community.
Yes. Yes.
And this is the one Jason made.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yes. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So does it have stones in it? Do I see stones or?
No, but I was actually sitting here looking at it and thinking of giving him some eyes.
Ooh.
So, because like it has like these perfect little sockets. But yeah, Jason, he did this all himself. Well, he bought the skull, but he had like drilled out the areas to put the chains in, and then added the chains and everything.
Yeah.
It was really cool of him.
He's like uber talented. I don't think there's anything he can't do. Mindy said, "So thank you. I'm a travel agent and own my own agency."
Well, that's why you have to talk to people.
Yes. Yes.
So.
I hope it all works out for you. It sounds promising. Okay, and last person that I have listed. So if you're just joining us and you haven't had a reading yet and you'd like one, just comment reading and we'll get you listed up. Like this is Collins. Okay, clear quartz pendulum. This is me. I get to use my chart.
Woohoo!
And this is my first time doing it live, so so it fell on soul, the universe, astral. So to me, this is saying that you need to be open to listening to whoever you receive information from, whether it be spirits or guides or whatever. But just be open it because they have a message for you and you need to listen. This is going to be something that's going to help you move forward and leave certain things behind you. Okay. Is it love, present, God, me, astral, universe? So it's really your spiritual connection that is that you need to be open to because it's the message is coming. Just listen. Okay. All right. So so for anybody that joined us late, tell us about what you do now.
Well, I work as a licensed massage therapist, and I also practice Reiki. And of course, I do readings and I make jewelry. Um, and everything I do, I try and put like intention into. And I mean, I try and help people heal. So that's what I do.
That's great. You're what you have a website and Facebook, is that right?
I do, and I have an office in Morgantown. I actually make a lot, like I make a lot of my own herb infused oils, but I also have like essential oil. Um, Started to add retail to it, just because I really like. I get really uncomfortable when people start talking about essential oils, and there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Mm-hmm.
And also about like the herbs and things. And I spent a long time studying this and working under other people. And like the natural world has a lot to give us, but we have to be careful and respect it. And that's what I try and share with people. We
It's
have.
it's definitely grown in the past couple of years.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot more people are being open to it, to the natural healing processes.
Well, I mean, we often discredit our own abilities, especially when we have a lot of anxiety and whatnot going on. There is a huge correlation between your anxieties and your physical state. And when you can help alleviate, when you help one, you're helping the other.
Yeah,
So,
it definitely goes hand in hand together.
mhm.
Okay. All right, so don't have anybody new, nobody else asking for a reading. So, I mean, we did good. 9 readings. That's not too bad. Good. Yes. Can connect to the land. Like it was so beautiful today.
Mhm.
It was like it's such a beautiful sign. Okay, Lynn. would like a reading. Oh boy, it's me. But it's the Golden Girl Tarot deck.
Whoa! I'm so excited. I have. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Rose is the Fool. Blanche is the Devil. Yeah. And I'm thinking Dorothy's the Empress. And she's the Moon. All of Dorothy's are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just, yeah. I watch it every single day. I'm like addicted.
That's so. When I was little, I was not allowed to watch The Simpsons or anything like that, but I was allowed to watch The Golden Girls at a specific aunt's house.
These ladies were way beyond their time. They were so progressive, and I think they have a lot to do with our generation and us being, stronger women.
Well, and I was
being more vocal.
One of my clients yesterday was talking about how if you look at interviews with Britney Spears back in the 90s and the questions they were asking her as a girl, like just how far we've come, just like I didn't even think about it until she was talking about how just these questions were ridiculous and misogynistic. And it was adults asking a teenager, like very just off-colored things. So no wonder Brittany shaved her head.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the first card is the Knight of Wands. Now I can never remember who this is. I think it was one of Sophia's men because she's on the wand, so they're all connected like that. Okay, let me see. You can see it. Okay, the Knight of Wands. Second card is the Star. There's Blanche. And the third card is the Two of Pentacles. So it looks like things are progressing. You're starting to rebuild and put things together, coming up with something new. Remember to keep a balance. It might put a little bit of strain on your finances, but looks like you're going to come out fine with it. So just remember, keep the balance. And it's not just with money, it's with all things. Keep yourself grounded. Anytime you have a new project, you need to make sure that you stay spiritually, and emotionally on point. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to get very far because you're going to burn out fast. Okay, so we do have a couple new ones. So Lynn, I hope that worked out for you. Now this one is for Joseph. Oh, my witch's runes. Now I just made these I think it was like 3 weeks ago. I did a class teaching them how to make them and how to use them for reading. Great, she said it made perfect sense. Thank you, Lynn. Do you have a deck you haven't used yet?
Did I use the Decadent Moon?
Yeah, but that was like at the very, very beginning. You want to use it again?
Sure.
I'll get you started. This one is for Donna.
Hi, Donna.
All right, so Joe, I got you. All right. Okay, so the first witch's rune is the rings. So there is a connection with somebody. The star, remember to shine bright, as don't don't let somebody else overshadow you. You are wonderful in your own right. Um, remember to take the time and rest. We got the harvest rune. You need to rest so that you can shine. We've already had the star, now we got the sun. You have the strength and the power to go far. And by going far, you got the flight rune. So, and I don't think this is travel. This is business wise. You're going to be growing in your business, and make sure you have that strong man helping you and supporting you. So there you go. I see good things for your business. I mean, growing and getting the support that you need. All right, ready for Donna?
Alrighty. So we have the Star, the Queen of Wands, and Temperance. So of course the Star is about, like, shining on your own, and that's where you've been. As the Queen of Wands, she's very assertive, she's very earthy, and if you take note of the moon shining behind her, um, it's a time right now for us where the moon's growing, and it's maybe time to reconnect to your roots. And this seems to be a common theme for our readings today, because here's Temperance. And the main thing now is just to be like, um, well, sovereign in yourself. I mean, the Queen of Wands is a very fierce lady. She's an Amazon. She's, anything about the Amazons, if you've noticed, she's missing breasts. And they do that in order to be the best as archers. So sometimes it takes a little bit of sacrifice in order to be your best, but not too much sacrifice, because, it's good to be grounded.
Wonderful. So I'm going to give a little plug for Donna. Donna is one of a few clergy for and founder of Appalachian Pagan Ministry, and she was our 2020 charity for Pagan Pride last year. So they go into prisons, not just locally, not just West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania. They travel all over, and they do correspondences all over the United States. So it's important for pagans to have their information while they're in jail, and they've had a really bad run of it, as COVID too. They're not immune to it while they're locked up. They've had to deal with it too, and it's been absolutely horrible. Donna, I don't think, has been able to go into a prison for any type of outreach in a year. So it's been really rough, going at it. So Appalachian Pagan Ministry, look it up. I will actually post it along with Dawn's Soul Rising Studio in our event after this. So if you're interested in checking out, you can go and do that. Okay, so I'm done with the plug. Oh, she's already got it. Good, Donna. Thank you. AppalachianPaganMinistry.com. There you go. Okay, so if nobody else is going to ask for a reading, then I am going to ask you for one. So the Raven pendulum, is that the one that Jason made? Yay! You get to give me a reading now.
Where'd it go?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there it is. It's like, I know the cat's not here. He's worse than my parents ever were. All right. So
I am going to ask about the success of this show. So how are we doing?
all right, you man. Well, it's the same thing. Like, it takes a community.
Yep. Gotta have word of mouth to share the show in order for it to be a success.
Yeah. Now, if we, with the word of mouth and everyone getting out there, we get circles. Here, actually, I'll put it so you can see what's going on. I just realized I did.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's see. The show. The show. And it's heading in the luck direction. So, in my view of luck is power and things can run out, but luck always comes through for you.
I think we've been pretty lucky. I mean, you know, a lot of people have been coming in every week, and of course, every week we have somebody new, and you know, people have been great about sharing. So it's been really nice, and it's been so fun, and that was the whole point of this.
Right.
Is to have fun.
That's like, I hadn't heard of it until you mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
But then I know Jason was like, well, I know Jason had told people. So, and a lot of it's just like word of mouth. And I mean, Molly, the girl I did the reading for, she also does readings. So she might be a good person to ask.
Send them my way. We are currently booked. I'm looking for somebody for March 31st, but we are currently booked through March. So, I mean, I'm super excited. But let me tell you something about Earth Magic. Everybody up there has been super amazing and very supportive of this community. Mo was last year's Lady of the Year for our Pagan Pride. She was on our pagan panel. She talked, presented some wonderful information. Jason taught a class the year before, so when we were actually in person. So I mean, everybody up there has been so great. They do wonderful with classes and opening things up, and so informative to the people that come in there looking for guidance. So I really got to say great things about Earth Magic. I do.
Well, it's like, I love the fact that I can like pop out my door and just run up and have tea with them. So even if I don't officially work there anymore, like, I still end up there and get to help out, and that's always nice. So it's been really great to grow my business, but I'm still really thankful for having
Yes.
the opportunity to be there.
So when are you? I mean, you did readings at Earth Magic yesterday.
Mhm.
So, do you have another one scheduled yet?
Um, with everything going on, we just kind of keep it at a once a month thing, and um, I mean, I do readings like through Zoom and whatnot, but it's like I still like to do them at Earth Magic too,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a once a month thing. Like we just kind of go based on um, the demand too. So,
Okay, so are they? And I don't know. I haven't seen anything, but are they starting back up their gatherings yet, or is it still waiting because of COVID?
yeah, because I mean, Earth Magic's not a real big space,
Mm-mm.
so we've actually talked about maybe like using my space for some things, really, really small classes. But just because I can open windows and there's, it used to be a beauty salon,
Mm-hmm.
so we can actually like it's got a lot of extra ventilation, and then I'm kind of neurotic about air purifiers.
Absolutely. Right now, you cannot be too careful. Listen, okay, school starts back Monday, full time here. So I don't know.
Well, I am so, so blessed because I had someone contact me about traveling to massage, and it's not really my thing. I like my space. I'm a Taurus, and once I get homey and cozy, I want to go.
Right.
And it was a toss up because they were offering to compensate me very well, but I didn't. It's a commitment thing too, and I didn't want to let them down. But then I got a phone call saying I'm getting vaccinated on Friday. So
You are.
yeah, well, I'm a healthcare provider.
Congratulations.
So I'm like really well. I mean, that's been one of my biggest concerns because I have really close relationships with some of my clients. They've been with me since I started,
Yeah.
and some of them are like really adorable, very sweet people. And if I haven't gotten to see them, I really miss them. But then, like, I also always have that like concern of possibly getting them sick or someone getting me sick and me giving it to my boyfriend and my son.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm just really happy that I have the ability to like make my space safer for people.
Yes. Yes. I am on the list. I did get registered to be on the waiting list, so it's whenever we get it, we get it. I'm just hoping that it's before Pagan Pride.
Well, what they told me is that it's helpful to contact the pharmacies that have the vaccines because they have to throw away vaccines they don't use.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you can get put on a list to be contacted if they end up with extra vaccines.
Okay.
So, and I know
That's
Walgreens
good
and
information.
CVS are doing it. So if there's any close to you, I would just contact them and see, like, I would walk in and be like, hey, is there any,
Actually, have to go to Walgreens tomorrow, so I will check on that. Thank you for the information.
sending me good vibes for that?
Good, thank you. Yeah, I want to get it before Pagan Pride because if things keep progressing, it looks like we're actually going to get to have it in person this year.
Mhm.
And that is so important to our community. And I mean, we only have one vendor signed up so far, and I understand people are being cautious. I totally understand that, but I'm excited because if things keep progressing, I really foresee it happening, and it's going to be a good time. We're all going to need to get out and release some aggression and every frustrations and everything, and just be calm and comfortable with our peoples again. Okay, so all right. Um, Donna says she made her own spirit board. For the most part, she communicates only with her son, and he is enjoying his role in bringing others forward. So good for him. He was a fighter whenever he was in this world, and he's a fighter whenever he's on the other side. So keep working. I know he's making you proud, Mama. So with that bit of information, um, if you don't mind, I am going to talk a minute about next week's episode. Okay, so next week's episode, for those of you who have been here, you know that we keep having, we've been having readers do tarot and oracle, pendulum, just different decks. It's just been so interesting and so fun because everybody reads differently. Next week is going to be a little different. We will have Nicole and Adam on from Sacred Yana. And if you remember them, they did the chakra and meditation classes at Pagan Pride last year. It was online, so you can go back and watch those. But we're going to be doing a little bit of channeling divination. And so just to get you all prepared, if you have any questions for the other side, have those handy or send them to me and we will get a list to them so that they can be prepared for that. So it's going to be different and interesting. And I hope that everybody is supportive and open to receiving a different type of message. So that's what we need to look forward to for next week. And then on the 10th, I'll just kind of throw it out here. We have David from Smoky Wisdom Tarot on March 10th. And then on the 17th, we will have Amber Owens of Insight Oracle. I know you know her, don't you? Yeah. And on the 24th, Sarah Snodgrass. Most of you know her from the classes and stuff that she does with me. She was host of Witches and Wine, and so she's going to be on here. She and I have been learning tarot and stuff together. So it'll be springtime. It'll be our our Ostara episode. So we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So if anybody's interested, we're open March 31st for a reader. So if you know anybody's interested, shoot me a message. Okay. All right, I'm done. Done with my plug for everything. So, okay. Yes, Plague Doctor for comic relief. Yes, please do, because it ought to be funny. Sign up for a vendor. If you look up the event for Central West Virginia Pagan Pride, the theme for this year is Howl of the Wolf, and we're seeking people for everything from teaching to readers to everything. I'm looking for somebody that's willing to use their voice, because that's what this year's about. It's about using your voice and being out there for change, because we want to make change in the world. So it's up to us to now use our voice. So that is the Howl of the Wolf. So there we go. Okay. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble here. And thank you so much, Dawn, for coming on here tonight. I've had a blast.
Thank you. It was interesting. I wasn't really sure what to expect with it all. It's like, are we doing?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Thank you. It was nice.
Yes. So I will also post up another link for this, and for your page, so that they can find you. Thank you all so much. We're really excited. Like I said, I love doing this every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We're here having a little bit of fun, breaking up the week, because usually about Wednesday you've just been like, it's like, okay, I've had 2 Mondays and now just got to get through today. And then here we are doing readings, and it's like, oh, okay, I can have some fun.
Well, kind of a nice thing too, because it's like, I feel like I hit the ground running on Monday and I'm still running. So
good. Keep the pace, keep the momentum up. Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you for all of this. You've got some beautiful decks. Thank you for pulling out the round ones. That just blew my mind. I'd never seen them before. So those are cool.
Yeah, like I said, the Daughters of the Moon's a really great deck too for learning with. Just it's, I mean, like for some people they're like, well, do I read it reverse or not? There's no reverse. You can assign like to the left is less time, to the right is more time. So that's kind of what I like about intuitive reading is you make your rules and that's what it is.
And I really like that you said that there's no reverse, because you can, if you throw a card down there, you're going to read what you feel from that card, not exactly what it says.
Well, and I have another really interesting deck. It's called the and I'm still studying. It's called the Antique Anatomy. I've got to show you this real quick.
Okay. All right. I'm in. Let's do it.
So it's
with the other camera.
Yeah. It's all images from an Antique Anatomy deck, or from Antique.
Oh, see, that's what you get for starting to shut down already.
I was using the phone for something else. Anyway, so see, isn't this pretty? And it uses, not only does it use like the numerology of tarot and like the different suit and like but of course like each suit has its elemental meaning, but it uses Victorian flower language. So all the colors, everything has to do with like it's an extremely expressive deck, but it's so expressive that I am actually spending a lot of time studying it because it has a lot of nuances to it.
That's good, because that's how you know that you really, you're gonna work with it because you're really connecting with it.
Yeah, well, and that's what's interesting is like I loved it. And I think that's kind of what like is important, like what I used to tell people coming into Earth Magic about readings is that, you can learn to read if you learn the basics of the numerology and the stories behind the major arcana and just the different positions of like the court cards. You can almost pick up any deck.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what I like about the ones that with the more descriptive pictures, like my Decadent Moon or the Illuminated or the other decks. They have the additional artwork. This one, the artwork's just, like I said, so subtle.
Yeah.
But I love it.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And I think Mo's planning on starting to carry those too.
Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
And
but I found them on my own, and I showed them to her, and she was like, she was like me. She was like, I need this artwork.
Yes. I need this in my life. Like I have probably, I know I have at least 3 or 5 other decks over here on the shelf that I haven't put over here yet to use because they're so different.
Right. Well, and that's I actually have more decks, and that's why I end up. People are like, "Are you really giving me a deck?" And they're always surprised. I'm like, "Here, have this," just because like I've either outgrown it, I don't connect to it, or it just seems more them than me because I like to buy tarot decks.
Okay, so hear me out. Tarot decks are like people. They come into your life to teach you a lesson, and then once they're done, they move on. Some tarot decks are meant to be with you forever, just like people, and some are just meant to teach you a lesson and go on.
Yep. And that's like one of the things I'm really big on is it has to have the right texture and consistency.
Yes.
Just like people.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again. This has been super fun. So Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. All right. All right, everybody. I'll see you next week. Expect something different. If you have any questions for the other side, shoot me a message and we'll get it on the list for you. Thank you all and good night. Be safe and love y'all.